Hello, greetings from Split, Croatia. My name is Marina Markovic. I work for PAP-RAC, that is one of the regional centers of the United Nations Environment Programme. I'm really sorry that none of us could join you today on this important meeting. However, I have prepared a very short presentation to give you an overview on what we do and hopefully how we can collaborate in the future.
So I would like to give you a short overview on the implementation of marine spatial planning and coastal zone management in the Mediterranean and in the framework of Barcelona Convention. Barcelona Convention is one of the most important legal documents, international legal documents in the Mediterranean for the preservation of the Mediterranean Sea that for over 40 years serves to the countries of the Mediterranean as a legal and institutional framework for cooperation and building trust among the Mediterranean countries. Of course, not all the countries of the Mediterranean are on the same legal and policy level and also implementation level. Significant part of the Mediterranean is part of the European Union that, when we think about marine spatial planning, has some of the most important legal documents, such as the MSP directive. But of course, for the full implementation of the directive, not only national implementation of the directive or collaboration between the member states is important. It's very much important to ensure cooperation between European and non-European countries. And this is where this implementation of cooperation can only be done through the Regional Seas Convention. In this case, it is the Barcelona Convention in the Mediterranean. So when thinking about marine spatial planning and coastal zone management, Barcelona Convention can be used as a platform that connects both shores of the Mediterranean towards the same objective. In that sense, we are developing and promoting common approach for the regional MSP, developing different guidelines and tools, undertaking cooperation initiatives, building capacities, etc. I would just like to briefly give you an examples on what do we mean by these elements. So in the sense of developing and promoting a common approach for the regional MSP, this is important to mention some of the policy documents, not just the convention itself, but also its protocols. And one of the most important one from our point of view is the protocol on integrated coastal zone management. This protocol does not explicitly mention marine spatial planning. However, it is fully embedded in all the articles of the protocol, since coastal zone management, since coastal zones actually include not just the land part, but also marine part as well. Also, another policy document is Conceptual Framework for Marine Spatial Planning in the Mediterranean, recently adopted, that provides support to all the members of the Barcelona Convention system, some guidelines on how to develop MSP and how to ensure collaboration between countries on MSP. Therefore, some of the elements highlighted in this document are transboundary and cross-border cooperation. Also focusing or using very good examples from the projects as a sources of knowledge and information for the future implementation of MSP, but also the essential is the integration, vertical and also horizontal integration. In this sense, it's quite important to mention in sense of integration this interaction between land and marine part, because no planning of marine area is possible without considering the impacts marine activities can have on the land, and vice versa, all the land-based activities, what kind of impacts or connections they have with the activities on the sea. And this is where coordination between different sectors, between urbanization, industries, tourism, fisheries, aquaculture, etc., is essential on the horizontal level, but also on the vertical level between national and local governments. Having said that, I would just like to give you a few examples on how do we collaborate with countries, both on national or subnational level, but also on the international transboundary level, in sense of establishing these important bodies that enable integration. This is the example of Montenegro, where National Council for Sustainable Development, Climate Change and ICZM has been established. One of its tasks was to supervise development of the coastal strategy and also supervise its implementation. It is a very important body in Montenegro. It has representatives, ministers actually from different ministries, but also representatives from local government, some key national scientific institutions, and it is chaired by the president of the country itself. This is also an example from Croatia. In Croatia, a similar body, similar national council has been established for the purpose of development and also now supervising the implementation of development of the coastal and marine strategy. It also has representatives from different ministries. It is coordinated by the Ministry of Environment. Different representatives of the local government, key scientific institutions, etc. It is quite active body, of course, still operating and having now even much wider tasks. Linked to this national council are also the subnational or let's say regional council, such as this county committee for coastal zone management in Šibenik-Knin County. This one has been established for the purpose of development of coastal plan, and now of course it pushes and supports its implementation. What is important that some of the members of this county committee are at the same time members of this national council, and this is where important, let's say, vertical coordination and integrative link has been established. For the very end, allow me to say that thanks to the fantastic work of this county council, a very successful coastal plan has been produced that recently got the Mediterranean Climate Change Adaptation Award for really a good case of how adaptation to climate change should be planned and, of course, hopefully implemented. Thanks to this, also many other coastal counties in Croatia are also establishing its committees and are ready to start preparing coastal plans. With this, I thank you very much for again inviting me, and I hope there will be opportunities to meet you and collaborate in the future. Here is my email address. Please don't hesitate to ask any questions you might have. Thanks a lot.